Self-assured statement is denial. Exaggerated statement. Exaggerated statement. Extremely exaggerated statement.
Clarification question?
Extremely exaggerated elucidation.
Mental compliment with accidental double entendre.
Confident laughter.
Embarrassed laughter.
Confident laughter. Extremely suggestive proposition.
Violent denial.
Aghast repetition is question.
Disgusted. Violent denial.
Aggressive childish insult.
Offended retort.
Aggressive childish insult.
Disbelieving rhetorical question?
Aggressive childish insult.
Stunned silence.
Aggressive childish insult.
Defensive childish response.
Aggressive childish insult.
Defensive childish response.
Aggressive childish insult.
Defensive childish response.
Attempted condescending conclusive statement.
Brilliant scathing remarks with literary allusions and long-lasting scatological implications.
Pathetic self-reevaluation. Curtain.
9.
20. 9. Number 9. Blink. An open and shut case.
Go. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. Barbie, bring me my little brown hat.
He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back to where he's kicked it from.
Barbie, bring me my little brown hat.
He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle and it came right back to where he kicked it from. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle and it came back right where he kicked it from.
He kicked the ball and it went up on a 45-degree angle, and it came right back to where he's kicked it from.
Russell kept a shotgun in the front seat of his Cadillac. C-A-D-I-L-L-A-C. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. Barbie, bring me my little brown hat. Curtain.
20.
20.
Pale blue eyes. Go. Things were so good. And then they were bad. But then they were good again. But then they were really, really bad. And then they were over. But I was okay. I could go on. I could be my own. And then she came along. And things were good. Things were really, really good. And they're over. And I thought of you. And I could close my eyes and feel you right next to me. But I was okay. I could go on, I could be my own. And then she came along. And things were really, really bad. Okay, they were bad. They were awful. They were god awful, and then they were over. And I thought of you. And how you all used to hold my hand. But it was okay. I could go on. I could be my own. And then he came along. And things were good. Things were good, I guess. And then
16.
16.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Go. We will search.
And you will be found.
Resistance is futile,
You can run.
But you can't hide.
We will catch you.
The truth will out.
Everyone is guilty.
It may be a secret.
To you.
But not to us.
Everyone is a suspect.
And you know it's you.
It's time to confess.
Why not say it now?
And save us time on the clock.
You have 5 seconds to confess.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. There. Don't you feel better?
We do.
It's good to get it off your chest.
Now, let's start again. Curtain.
There's a strong 5 there.
Strong five. Strong.
These things are true. That did hurt.
Go. These things are
True.
I once killed 14 rats by slamming them onto rocks in tube socks and wringing their necks with my fingers.
I once snorted 2 M&Ms up my nose, and they never came out.
I bailed my mom out of jail about 4 years ago, and I've kept this a secret from everyone in my family since.
I had cosmetic surgery. When I was 7 years old, I let go of my 2-year-old sister's tricycle, sending her full speed down the driveway to where she broke her leg.
I once drank an IPEC and projectile vomited lasagna out of the back of a moving truck on the highway.
I once punched a rooster so hard in its throat that it permanently messed up its cock-a-doodle-doo.
I once got reprimanded in 4th grade because I kept calling one of the tables the pathetic table because of the people who sat at it. I once did show up for work and instead ate hallucinogenic mushrooms and camped outside the building in a tent for 2 days.
I was shot through the leg.
I had cancer.
I once bullied a German girl so hard with Nazi slurs that she never came back to school.
I spent my junior year of high school wearing black gloves as a stylistic choice.
I once got so wasted that I spilled a bowl of Easy Mac down front of my pants and got 3rd-degree burns on my pubes during Christmas.
I once worked with Matt Damon, Chris Rock, and Vince Van Gogh, all in the same year.
I voted for Bush the 2nd time.
I once got a bully off my back by hitting him in the head with a combination lock.
All these things are true, just not for me.
26.
26.
Poultry guys! Almost ready for that.
12 minutes and 20 seconds.
You're ready for this? Yes. Play number 29 is War Games. I was eating breakfast and I forgot about the war.
I was watching the news and I forgot about the war. I was making love and I forgot about the war.
I was eating dinner and I forgot about the war.
I was watching a show, and I forgot about the war.
I was thinking about the war and then I forgot about the war. Curtain.
25, 3.
Sorry, 31? I don't see it. Where's 25? Oh, here it is.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. The river stinks.
Go.
So what's happening? What's going on for you?
Voices keep asking me questions.
What kind?
Questions with incomplete sentence structure.
Do they ever ask you the same question?
No,
How long have you been hearing the voices?
they just started.
Do you recognize the voices?
No.
Do they ever ask you the same question?
Yes.
Do you ever answer the voices?
Yes.
How do you answer?
Simply.
Can you give me an example?
Yes.
Can you identify the voices?
They asked me not to.
They told you not to.
No! They asked.
Do you feel a need to obey the voices?
Yes.
Do the voices have power over you?
Yes.
Do they threaten you?
Yes.
What do they threaten you with?
Terrible things.
Can you tell me what these things are?
Yes. They asked me to tell them the most vulnerable spot of my body, and then they asked me to imagine my worst nightmare, and then they told me that if I ever told that nightmare would be surgically implanted there, if I ever said who you were,
Who I was?
who they were.
Do you know that it's true?
Is it true?
Yes.
Curtain. And that's it. Thank you.
So before we start our show today, I'd like to go over some rules for the evening. All right, so as you can see, we have a number line of the numbers 1 through 30. Each one of those numbers corresponds to one of the plays we'll be performing tonight. Throughout the show, we will be relying on our audience members to suggest us numbers. So we don't know what the order of the play is going to be. That's all up to you. We'll be setting a timer for 60 minutes, and our challenge tonight is to perform all 30 plays in those 60 minutes. Well, except for number 10, because it is lost. All right, now someone give me a number.
23.
23? All right. 23 is, this play does not exist.
Go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to say, to clear up some confusion on the play number 23. You see, play number 23 does not exist. There has never been a play number 23, and there will never be a play number 23. We are making valiant efforts to identify the person, or the persons, responsible for... It's not true! I performed number 23! It's not true! It's not true! It's not true!
I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There has somehow been a mistake made. The previous speaker was somehow reading from the wrong script. The situation has been taken care of. But let me reiterate, there is no play number 23. There never was a play number 23. Play number 23 will never be spoken of, ever again. Curtain. All right, next play.
Next play! Next play!
17.
Where's the here? What photograph of Edward Muybridge in motion?
Go! Edward Mugridge changed his name to Edward Muybridge and finally to Edward Muybridge after the king in 1870.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge set up 12 cameras 21 inches apart, 20 feet above the ground, to prove that a galloping horse does indeed leave the ground.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge married Flora Stone, a beautiful woman half his age. A little while later, Edward Muybridge was in a stagecoach accident and suffered brain damage.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge discovered that his wife had taken a lover, Major Harry Larkins.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge greeted Major Larkins with the words,
Hello, Mayor. My name is Edward Muybridge. This is the response to the letter you sent my wife.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge shot the Major dead.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge pled to insanity due to the stagecoach accident permanently damaging his personality, going from genial and pleasant to erratic.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge was found innocent. A little while later, Edward Muybridge had a son, Florado Helios Muybridge, also known as Flotty, whom he sent to an orphanage because he believed it was the Major's offspring.
A little while later, Edward Muybridge died in Working England, a word that means to walk into the kitchen and to forget why. It also happens to be the place where the Martians first landed in War of the Worlds.
A little while later, Flotty Muybridge died in a car accident. Curtain. Next play.
12.
12 is Memorial Day.
Go. On this day, this Memorial Day, we use it to celebrate those who have fallen.
What we need to do is stop drawing attention to it. The more it gets published, the more it encourages a kid to pick up a gun, man.
Something bigger than
What we need
themselves.
to do is keep our children from seeing images of violence in TV shows and movies and video games that they can't imitate them by
Bang!
What we need to do is strictly punish our kids, to let them know that violence is not the answer, that they can't just pick up a gun and
Bang!
What we need to do is put a metal detector and an armed guard at every door in every school in America so that
children
when
were
someone
shot in
comes
our
to school with a gun to
Bang!
How
what we
did
need
this
to do
happen?
is bring more
in our country? I
knowledge
don't
and
know.
info about the mentally
I don't
ill,
know.
so that when they do go
I don't
out
know
and
how to
buy a
answer
gun,
that
they
Bang!
What we need to do is get rid of the guns.
Curtain.
Next play!
21.
21. 21? That is mutual. Go.
Hey, Joan, come here. No, what are you doing?
Coming over there?
Why?
Because you told me to.
No, you don't understand. I don't want you to come because I told you to. I want you to come because you want to. Do you understand?
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Joan, come here. No, what are you doing now?
Coming over there?
Why?
Because I want to.
You do.
I mean, I don't mind.
You don't mind?
Okay, it's not worth making some big scene about. Okay, if you want me to come over there.
No, that's not the point at all. I don't want you to come because I told you to. I don't want to badger you into it. I want you to come because you want to. Do you understand?
Yeah?
Okay. Hey, Joan, come here. Hey, Joan, come here. Hey, Joan, come here.
Am I supposed to come now?
No, you don't understand. I don't want you to come over to my side because I told you to. I want you to come only if you really want to, because that's what you feel you really want to do. I don't want to badger you into it. I want you to come because you want to.
Well, now you're over here, so why do you
That's
tell
not the point. I want you to show how we are in mutual agreement. I don't want you to be forced to come over. I want you to come because you want to. Okay? Okay, start again. Hey, Joan, come here. Hey, Joan, come here. Hey, Joan, come here. What?
Screw you!
Whoa, where did that come from?
Well, you just want me to comply with your power game going on.
Oh, no. It's not about power. It's about symbiosis. It's about coming together in a completely mutual way.
Well, why don't you just come over here?
Because that's not what's going on. Okay?
Hey, Jeff, come here.
No, don't start that.
Jeff, come here.
No, that's not the point.
Hey, Jeff, come here. Oh, what's wrong, Jeff? Why don't you come over here? I mean, we want the same thing. We're in total agreement.
Screw you, Joe.
Screw you, Jeff. There. Symbiosis. Curtain. Explanation. 16.
Guilty.
Go. We will search.
And you will be found.
Resistance is futile.
You may run.
But you can't hide.
We will catch you.
We will find you.
Everyone is guilty.
It may be a secret
To you.
But not to us.
Everyone is a suspect. And you know who you are.
It's time to confess.
It saves us time on the clock.
Why don't you just say it now?
You have 5 seconds to confess.
5.
4,
3,
2,
1. There.
Don't you feel better?
We do.
It's good to get that off your chest. Now, let's start again.
Curtain.
Next play.
Next play.
Next play. 1.
All right, number 1, 10 years, 6 months.
Go.
Curtain.
Next play.
30.
All right, play 30. Love Phil.
Go. Hey, Phil, could you come here? Yeah, sure. What's up? Take a seat.
What's up?
So, I got this letter. It's addressed to me, but it seems to concern you. I'd like to read it to you if I could.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Great. It goes, Dear Phil, the following may come as a shock to you, but I fear the truth must be known. Under no circumstances should Phil be told the contents of this letter. If he were, I know he would deny everything, accuse me, and possibly become violent. So, please, be careful. The truth is, Phil is not what he appears to be.
That's a lie! That's a lie!
There's more here.
I don't care what he has to say, Jeff. That's a lie. He's the one you can't trust.
Calm down.
That jerk!
Can I go on?
Go, sure, go.
You sure you want
Go
me to?
on, Jeff.
Okay. Okay. It goes on to say, again, secrecy is mandatory, as I fear if Phil were told, his violence would be the least of it. Through my own intimate knowledge, I know that if Phil were told, he would be filled with nervous twitching, a dark, depressive state, and mumbling. And just when you find him almost unintelligible, you find a new tendency towards imitation. At first, this is quite stunning, but soon becomes downright annoying. This will only persist
for a short time,
till he
until he
actually
manages to catch up to you and by some unbelievable freak of nature overtakes you, and actually predicts what you will say before you can say it.
Say it.
It is now that Phil is most dangerous,
It is now that Phil is at his most dangerous,
most manipulative,
most manipulative,
and most powerful,
and most powerful.
as I actually get you to eat your own earwax on stage.
As I actually get you to eat your own earwax on stage.
No!
No! No! No! No!
Love, Phil.
Curtain. Next one.
22.
Oh, 13. The pitter-patter of tiny feet.
Go. I had a baby this week. I had a baby this week. Oh, we did, my wife and I, for about 12 hours. Oh, until the test results came back negative. Yes, we had a baby the minute she woke up sick, throwing up into the toilet, which at first was cause for sympathy and concern, but on second thought became a sign. A symbol of something yet to come. Oh God. The angels cried. It was a symbol of an 8-pound, 6-ounce bouncing baby boy named Noah or Jacob, spitting up on my shoulder and throwing up in a much cuter way than his mother was now. Yes, one little stream of vomit and our lives were irrevocably changed. To say nothing about having children, like so many couples talk about having children for months and months and months, which does sound like fun, but I mean, think of the anxiety. Anxiety which is now eliminated because the bathroom is now resonating with the sacred cryptic song of the gods, a veritable beacon, an angel's cry. Hallelujah, a baby is born. On this day, plus 9 months, our home will be blessed with a babe wrapped in bohemian cloth, with a cry that will wake us up at all hours of the night, yearning for life-giving sustenance and warmth, and protection that lurks within the evil hearts of men. Too quiet and coddled to teach us a dad and mom and neo-futurism. To put one foot in front of the other, to crawl and walk and run. To put on a bike and send off into the world and bandage his head wounds when he returns. To stand up for himself, whether it be a bully with a baseball bat or a social injustice. To never bend to the whips of conformity nor the whims of inhibition. To say, Dad, I want the keys, I'm going out on a date and I may never come home. To experience everything from mountain climbing in the Alps to major hallucinogens in the alley. To have every bit of love and self-confidence that I have. And then the test results came back negative. And although a part of me was sad that a little idea of a child had died, I was also relieved that for at least a few more months I could take care of myself and my life. Where a cry was just a cry and throat was just gross and nothing more. Curtain. Oh, number 2.
Macbeth.
Alright.
Go. 1.
Kill king.
No.
Kill king.
No.
Kill king.
I won't do it.
Kill the king.
No.
Kill king.
No.
Kill the king.
No.
Kill the king.
Act 2.
Is that a dagger?
Put it back.
Is that a dagger?
Put it back.
Is that a dagger?
Put it back.
Is that a dagger?
Fine, I'll do it.
Act 3.
I see Banquo.
No, you don't.
I see Banquo.
Banquo is dead?
Act 4.
I see spots.
No, you don't.
I see spots.
No, you don't.
I see spots.
No, you don't.
I still see spots.
Act 5.
I see trees.
No, you don't.
I see trees.
No, you don't.
I see trees.
No, you don't. Step it down.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Curtain.
Next play.
Next one.
26.
26.
26.
Poltergeist.
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 Next one. 18. The tricycle of life. Go. He's so small. Such a tiny human being. That's the first thing you notice. So incredibly small. I'm heard from other people what it'll be like. One day there'll just be this tiny human in your life. Kinda resembling you and holding your entire genetic code. Half of it, at least. Propped up in this little bed and completely dependent on you. Never thought it'd be like this. His hair, little there is, all over the place. His big blue eyes staring at me. His mouth, unable to form words, and just mouth words, symbols, whatever. His all big, wrinkly hands just grasping at the air. I look at him, and I think, Dad, I don't want to die like this. Curtain.
Next play.
Next one.
All right. 4. 4.
4.
Title.
Title.
Go. Statement. 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 Question.
Agreement.
Reassured statement. Over-reassured statement. Over-reassured statement.
Question.
Defensive. Pants bullcrap explanation.
Half-hearted agreement.
Self-assured statement. No. Self-assured statement is denial.
Clarification question.
Panicked bullcrap explanation. Quick, meaningless, comic, not secure. Laughter. Fake laughter. Laughter. Fake laughter. Unconscious complement of physical characteristics.
Police response.
Shock. Continuation of quick, meaningless, comic, not secure. Laughter. Fake. Relieved laughter.
Laughter.
Relieved laughter.
Unconscious compliment.
Oh. Self-assured statement is denial. Overconfident statement. Confident statement. Extremely exaggerated overconfident statement.
Clarification question.
Extremely exaggerated eludication.
Mental compliment with accidental double entendre.
Confident laughter.
Embarrassed laughter.
Confident laughter. Confident suggested proposition.
Violent denial.
Aghast repetition is question.
Disgusted. Violent denial.
Defensive incriminating implication.
Offended retort.
Defensive childish insult.
Disbelieving rhetorical question.
Aggressive childish insult.
Stunned silence.
Aggressive, childish insult.
Defensive, childish response.
Aggressive, childish insult.
Defensive, childish response.
Aggressive, childish insult.
Defensive, childish response.
Attempted, condescending, conclusive statement.
Brilliant, scathing remark with literary allusions and long-lasting scatological implications.
Pathetic self-reevaluation.
Excellent.
28. 28.
8's done.
28.
28. 28 is goal. A pair of socks. Go. What do you mean you don't have any socks? What does that even mean? You mean to tell me that another pair of your socks literally does not exist? If I were to go into your home and I were to look in your sock drawer, in your laundry basket, and in your washer and in your dryer, I would find absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing that could be considered a pair of socks. You're telling me that the pair of socks you're wearing right now on your feet is the only pair of socks that you own? Then here, take mine. Take my socks. Take them right off my feet. I will gladly give you my socks if it means that now you have a pair of socks that you could call your own. I will go barefoot for the rest of the play if it means that somewhere in this world, somewhere out there, you have another pair of socks. Curtain.
You're not really talking about a pair of socks, are you?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
No? I'm good.
What the hell do you mean you don't have any underwear?
Next play.
15.
15.
That is an autobiography of a match.
Go. I hot!
Next play.
Next play.
11.
Good job. Yeah. I didn't like that cheering music. Henry.
Henry,
This works.
Yep.
All right.
Go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to decide tonight what kind of punishment befits such a crime. A crime that was so premeditated, so violent, so cruel that it forever affected the lives of its victims. I believe that the only just punishment is the hardest punishment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man standing unjustly accused before you is a normal man. He puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. He loves his wife, he holds down a job, and he goes to the park on the weekends, just like you do. And the only difference between you and him, and the reason why he's up here, is because he made one mistake, one time, and got caught doing it. How many of us, show of hands, have never made a mistake? Go ahead.
This man is far from the saint that my colleague would have you believe. This man is plotting, cruel, vengeful, violent. If this man were to knock on your door, you would not let him in. If this man were to come to you, asking you for a job, you would not employ him. If you were to be walking down the street and you saw him coming towards you, you would cross the street and walk the other direction, even if it's not towards the destination you wish to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine. Everybody close your eyes. Go ahead, close your eyes. Now picture this. You just had the most stressful day of your life. You go out to your car, and the engine is stolen right out from under your hood. You go to hail a cab and then realize you locked your wallet and your keys inside of your office. You need to pick up your son in 20 minutes and you're 40 miles away. You're friendless, moneyless, and now you're late. And then a homeless man walks up to you, throws up on your coat, and then falls asleep at your feet. Now, I'm not saying this has to do anything with the defendant's situation, but think about how you would have felt.
We have all seen the the lion tearing a wildebeest limb from limb. And I ask you, do we blame the lion? Do we? No, it's instinct. But we are not talking about a lion. We are talking about a human being who possesses the mental faculties to restrain such instinct or suffer the consequences. Let this man, if I had my wish, this man will be tied to the stage and torn apart by rabid beavers.
Ladies and gentlemen, what this man did was natural, all right? Now, if you're driving and a car gets in front of you, you honk your horn. If a spider crawls across this table, you squish it with your finger. If a man walks up to you and asks you for change, you pull out a sharp object and plunge it up his nose. It's natural. Now, the Bible tells us, if thine eye offends thee, pluck it out. Isn't this what this man did, except to another person? Plus, those old metaphors are confusing. And we live in a cruel world, ladies and gentlemen, where Disney is just another word for Satan.
In summary, I believe that the harshest punishment is the most just punishment. And though being burned at the stake may seem arcane to some, I believe that the symbolic act of being laced by 50 javelins holds our contemporary norms. Let this man be burned in the box the size of my thumb, and let the javelins stand in testimony that we did the right thing. All in favor, raise your lighters and let's burn this place down.
Curtain!
Next play.
Next play.
19.
What? 19. I heard 19. Regrets.
Go. Jeff stands on stage and calls for Joan.
Joan runs out to him and hugs him.
They hold hands and walk up and sit together.
They listen to a favorite song.
They look into each other's eyes.
Joan shakes her head.
Jeff looks down.
Joan rubs Jeff's shoulder.
They look into each other's eyes again.
She shakes her head again. Jeff sits sadly.
Joan! Curtain.
Next play.
14.
14.
14. You got
That's the verdict.
Go. Oh, what's that?
What?
That in your hand?
Oh, gee, I never noticed before. Do you want it?
Oh, well, isn't it yours?
Yeah, but you can have it.
Oh, well. No, I wouldn't want to take anything away from you.
No, go ahead. I'm pretty sure there's plenty for both of us.
No, I can't. It doesn't belong to me.
Well, sure it does.
It does?
Yeah, you, especially you.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead, take it.
What's in your hand?
Oh, a hammer.
What's it for?
Don't worry about it. Here, have some.
You were gonna hit me with that hammer.
No, there are laws to protect against that kind of thing. Go ahead, take it.
So you won't hit me.
Try me.
But that's rightfully mine.
Yes.
And I deserve it.
Yes.
But what about the hammer?
Oh, that's mine.
Can I have it?
No, it's mine. I just said.
Well, what if I take it away from you and beat you with it?
That would be wrong.
Well, but that's mine.
Yes.
So what's the hammer for?
To protect you.
Curtain?
Curtain. Next one.
20.
1 T.
could close my eyes and feel you right next to me. That was okay. I could go on, I could do my own. And then she came along. And things are really, really bad. Okay, they were bad, they were awful, and they just, they're god-awful, and then they were over, and I thought of you, and how you always used to hold my hand. But it was okay. I could go on, I could be my own, and then he came along. And things were good. They were really good. But then you called. And things were good. Yeah, and then we said goodbye. And things are good. Things are really, really good. Curtain.
Next play.
5.
You guys got that.
Is these things are true.
Go. All these things are true.
I once killed 14 rats by slamming them onto rocks and tube socks and wringing their necks with my fingers.
I once snorted 2 M&Ms up my nose, and they never came out.
I once had to bail my mom out of jail about 4 years ago, and I've kept this a secret from my family ever since.
I once had cosmetic surgery.
When I was 7 years old, I let go of my 2-year-old sister's tricycle, sending her full speed down the driveway to where she broke her leg.
I once drank a pack of IPEC and projectile vomited spaghetti out the back of a truck going down the highway.
I once punched a rooster so hard in its throat that it permanently messed up its cock-a-doodle-doo.
I once got reprimanded in 4th grade because I kept calling one of the lunch tables the pathetic table because of the people who sat at it.
I once didn't show up for work and instead ate hallucinogenic mushrooms and camped outside the building at a tent for 2 days.
I once had cancer.
I grew a beard down to my nipples.
I once bullied a German girl so hard with Nazi slurs that she never came back to school.
I once got so wasted that I spilled a bowl of Easy Mac down the front of my pants and got 3rd-degree burns on my pubis during pool season.
I once got hit by a car, but it was my fault. I ran straight into the car.
I spent my junior year of high school wearing black gloves as a stylistic choice.
I voted for Bush. The 2nd time.
All these things are true. Just not for
Not
me.
for me.
Just not for me.
Curtain.
Next play.
25.
25. The river Styx.
Go. So what's happening now? So what's going on?
Voices keep asking me questions.
What kind?
Questions with incomplete sentence structure.
Do they ever ask you the same question?
No,
How long have you been hearing the voices?
they just started.
Do you recognize the voices?
Yes,
Do they ever ask you the same question?
yes,
Do you ever answer the voices?
yes.
How do you answer?
Simply,
Can you give me an example?
yes.
Can you identify the voices?
They asked me not to.
They told you not to.
No, they asked.
Do you feel a need to obey the voices?
Yes,
Do the voices have power over you?
yes,
Do they threaten you?
yes.
What do they threaten you with?
Terrible things.
Can you tell me what these things are?
Yes. They asked me to imagine the most vulnerable spot on my body, and then they asked me to imagine my worst nightmare, and then they told me to imagine that my nightmare would be surgically implanted there if I ever told them who you were,
Who I was.
who they were.
Do you know that's true?
Is it true?
Yes.
Curtain. Next play. 6.
All right. We got revolution.
That's what's going on.
But, oh God, I'm losing my mind.
You're losing a lot more than that.
I don't want to.
Well, that's what you say now, but what about 5 minutes from now?
Don't go.
This can't go on.
Yes, it can.
No, I won't let it.
4.
How could you? It's like you don't even care anymore. You haven't put a single ounce of effort to making this work.
Wait,
All right, I'm leaving.
wait. I don't understand what's going on.
I'm leaving. That's what's going on.
Oh God. I'm losing my
Well,
mind.
you're losing a lot more than that.
I don't want to.
5.
Get out.
What are you talking about?
Get out!
I love you.
Get out! I don't love you!
How could you? You don't care anymore. You haven't put a single ounce of effort into making this work. All right, I'm leaving. Kurt.
Next
Next
play.
play.
22.
22 is the tool. Go. Sometimes we just like to include really short plays on the menu just so we actually have a chance of finishing in 60 minutes. Curtain.
Next play.
3, I heard 3. Night vision. Go. I
I saw
a woman.
a woman.
A woman.
A woman.
I saw a woman standing.
Standing.
Standing alone.
A woman standing alone.
It was night.
Night.
Night. It was dark.
Dark.
Dark. And I loved her.
Loathed her.
And I never, ever saw her again. Curtain!
9.
An open and shut case. Go. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. Kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. Barbie, get me my little brown hat.
He kicked the ball and it went up at a 45-degree angle and it came right back to where he's kicked it from.
Barbie, bring me my little brown hat.
He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle and it came right back down to where he kicked it from. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle and it came right back down to where he kicked it from.
He kicked the ball and it went at a 45-degree angle. It came right back to where he's kicked it from.
Russell kept a shotgun in the front seat of his Cadillac. C-A-D-I-L-L-A-C. He kicked the ball at a 45-degree angle, and it came right back where he kicked it from. Barbie, bring me my little brown hat. Curtain.
Next play.
24.
24. Full-heartedly.
That was loud. Go. I love you.
I don't.
Now, I think that's one of the greatest fears, to put it all on the line, to take your raw, throbbing, beating heart right out of your chest and give it to someone, and they take out their spiked golf shoes and do a demonic tap dance on it. You're awesome.
You're not.
See, you just gotta keep going. You gotta forge ahead and just keep pushing. Just because you're giving your heart to an ultimately unknown identity for the rest of your life does not mean they'll put it on one of those iron ratchet tables and squeeze every bit of living tissue out of it. Nice weather today.
No, it's not.
just because a certain pattern seems to be evidencing itself in a kind of bold, tactically painful way, does not mean it'll keep going down that spiral path worse than hell, where they slit open your stomach and nail your intestines to a tree and make you run around it, disemboweling yourself. Do you know what time it is?
Oh yeah, it's about 8:30.
If you just keep pushing and do what feels natural, the future will come. And you may never know what it's going to be. I love you.
Curtain! Next play!
29.
Oh, 27. All right.
27 is a monologue.
Go.
These words have been spoken before the very second when they crawl from my mouth to vibrate your ears and draw pictures in
They
your
are
head.
fresh and clean and undiluted by any extraneous. I'm speaking the truth.
And the truth, although not simple, can be easily put. Here I am, I say. Look at me for what I am and draw your own opinion.
I am just a person like yourself who could be standing here reciting these words. My flaws are yours, my fears are yours, my triumphs are our own.
As I stand here, think of what it is like to stand here behind my eyes and do so. Say to yourself,
I will not forget a word. I will not lose track of what I am saying. I will just stand here and say what must be said until it is done. And now, as these words draw to a close, I must concentrate all the more to put my point across.
And it is this. I cannot say what that is. I must just be. And in that being knows.
Curtain.
next one.
29.
29.
29.
29 is War Games.
Go.
I was eating breakfast and I forgot about the war. I was watching the news and forgot about the war. I was making love and I forgot about the war. I was eating dinner and I forgot about the war.
I was watching a show and I forgot about the war.
I was thinking about the war and then I forgot about the war.
Curtain.
Next one.
7.
I think we only have
There's
not
always
too many options, I'd say.
so many choices.
Strong direction.
Okay, that's what I asked.
Go.
I say look at her.
He says, look at me.
I say look at her.
Look at him.
Look at me.
I say, look at him.
She says look at me.
I say, look at him.
Look at her.
Look at me.
We say look at
Look at
us.
We say, look at you.
We say look at you. Look at us. Look at you.
I say look at me. I say look at them. I say look at them. Look at me. Look at them.
We say, look at us.
I say look at them.
We say, look at you.
Look at me. Look at them.
I say look at me. I say look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
We say, look at her.
I say look at me.
We
We say, look at you. We say, look at us. We say, look at you. Look at us. Look at you. Look at us. Look at you. Look at us.
Look at me.